Life, come see me, yo. I'ma teach you how to build up wealth for your family, not just for yourself. I'm a bestseller, a house flipper, a businesswoman, a go-getter, a big investor, a gold builder that could teach you to get richer like millions, baby. You really about to fill your savings. You about to have multiple streams to pass your children, baby. Let me teach you to get your credit on track in the long run. You'll make it all back at Catalyst and watch it all psychology black-owned firm, but we ain't all black.
What is up, my friends? Happy hump day. How's everybody doing out there? Yes, come on in, my friends. Come on in, my friends. I'm so excited to be here. It's your girl, Constance Carter. And today's Wednesday. It's your Grow Your Money podcast. And y'all, I love coming on here. I love sharing with you. And most of all, I love the engagement that we always have when we're on here. You know, I'm on finally. Listen, let me see, make sure I got YouTube. Instagram. Okay. So I'm on like 8 different platforms, right? And every day I come live, and I always, for you guys that are on Instagram right now watching me, I always forget to go live on Instagram too. So shout out to the folks who's watching on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Dr. Boyce's channels, on the Flying Nubian Queen, on I Am Constance Carter. Make sure you follow me on all those places at I Am Constance Carter. You know, wherever you're watching from, make sure you follow me on all those platforms. Okay. So shout out to all of you guys who always are here live with me every single day. We always have, you know, lots of good interaction, several hundred people, close to 1,000 people sometimes that are rocking with me. And I really do appreciate it, because you could be anywhere else in the world. You really could, but you choose to be here with me. And for that, I super duper appreciate you. So as you know, I love for you to talk back to me and talk black to me. That's what it is. That's what it was. And that's what it's going to be. Y'all remember that back in the 70s and 80s? What it is, what it was, what's it going to be? I remember my dad used to say that. They used to do that. What it is, what it was, what's going to be. Yeah. So y'all know what it is, what it was, what's it going to be. Everybody who's here every single day, make sure in the comments you put where you're watching from, because I love to shout you out. So, you know, I know we have people that watch from all over the world. You could be from Pakistan. I have not seen that yet. Or you could be from Europe, or you could be from Australia or China or wherever else in the world. But make sure you put in the comments where you're watching from. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, we need to support each other. Today, we're going to talk about business ownership. And so, first of all, share this with everybody you know, because thank you. Oh, okay. Oklahoma City, what's up, Sunshine? Bernadette, what's up? ATL, Shouty, what's happening? What's up, Miss Linda? I always see you. Thank you for always joining me out from Los Angeles, California. Miss Tawana, where you at? You in DC? You up the street? Tawana, sis, we got to connect, okay? Adam from Louisiana, Missouri. Adam, you said, what gold mine are we talking about? We're going to talk about it because you have an idea that may come easy to you, that you can monetize. And always, we have Miss Sophia from Stockton, California, who's always on here. She actually sent me an Ask Constance. So I'm excited about getting that on there too. So I always like to make sure that we recognize our Black-owned businesses. Missouri, all right, what's up? And then Adam, you from Louisiana. Did I say it right? Was I supposed to say Louisiana, or is it Louisiana? Because like the people from the country say Louisiana. But I want to support the Black-owned business. And then the folks on Instagram, folks. Hi, Miss Tori. Good morning. The only thing is, I can't put you guys up on the screen. So you guys are here, but I can't put you on the screen. But for the people who are on Instagram that are watching me from Instagram right now, where y'all watching from? And good morning. So good morning, Miss Tori. And for everybody else who's watching on Instagram, I sure appreciate you. But the thing about being on Instagram is I got to toggle back. Y'all aren't on the regular screen. That's the thing. So I can't, but I still want you to engage. Okay. Shani, what's up? Victory Village Wellness Center. Yes. Thank you, Sunshine. Okay. So for businesses, I want to make sure that we practice collective economics. The only way that we're going to make it in this world is if we do business with one another. Okay. So put the name of your business inside the chat. Not only that, Tierra is going to put together a Black business directory, info@realvirtual.net. So make sure you send your business to info@realvirtual.net right here, because we want to be able to give your business information out to other businesses. She does some matchmaking. She does all of those things. So we want to make sure that we're getting your business out. Okay. So my girl on the ones and twos, she can't find my stuff. I don't know why you can't find my stuff, Jahari, but I gotta go ahead and control everything, Jahari. I know. What's up, lovely JR from Seattle, Washington. Um, so anyway, Victory Village Wellness Center, laser lipo natural weight loss. And she's in what did you say you were in Washington? Washington State. So if you are in Washington State, or maybe you want to exchange business ideas, or maybe you want to work with Miss Sunshine Diaz, make sure you, and what's your website? So for anybody who has a Black-owned business, I want to put you out here, so because I want everybody to see you. And for those of you who are on Instagram, if you want to join the conversation and you want to have your business featured, come over to YouTube, or come over to my Facebook at I am Constance Carter, and you could actually put it in the comments, and it could be shown on the screen. Okay. Ooh, that wind is blowing. All right. So, oh, you're in Oklahoma City. All right. That's what's up. Bet. All right. So y'all, I was as I was in my meditation this morning, and we're gonna get started and talking, because I love you guys. Y'all my family, and I come here every day, and we've gotten quite familiar with each other. But for those of you who are new to the program, to the podcast that I do every single day, welcome. Let me know in the chat if you're new. If you've never saw me before live here, let me know. But as I was in my meditation this morning, I was just so thankful, y'all. So if you're new to me, if you're not familiar with who I am, my motto used to be nobody works harder than Constance Carter. I built an amazing business. I was married. I was with my ex for 30 years. I was married for 23 years. We have the dopest children ever. We have 4 dope and amazing children. They're dope and amazing and trifling and lazy and all the things that kids are, right? Young adults, teenagers. I have 2 one 16, 18, 20, and a 25-year-old. And what I was thinking this morning is, like, I went through like the ringer, getting the divorce. And I was just thinking like I literally took like a 2-year hiatus, kind of like I was still doing some things, but not on the scale that I'm used to working. I'm a grinder. I work hard. And I worked hard because I loved working hard. It wasn't like, how you want to work smart. But I worked because I love working, and I worked so much that sometimes my kids used to be like, "Mom, can you come home from work now?" And I feel really bad because, I did miss out on a lot of those moments with my children. But the last 2 years, I moved, from the West Coast to the East Coast. I purchased this beautiful house. Like, I'm on the golf course. I can see the deer, I can see the fox. I can see like all of these beautiful trees and all this greenery, which is super cool. But I just got a chance to relax. And rarely do people really get a chance to really just decompress from everything. And when I tell you I actually wrote a little bit about my transition in this book right here, this Unbreakable book that we wrote with Net 7 Collective. Some of my story is in here, but I'm grateful that I was able to reset. Boyce Watkins have been telling me, he wanted me to do this every single day. And I just didn't have the capacity. Number one, I was like, I'm tired of hearing myself talk. I know don't nobody want to hear me talk every day. That's how I really felt. Like, I'm tired of hearing myself. I know nobody else want to hear me. And then, it was just, I was wore out, y'all. Has anybody ever felt that way, where they were just like depleted, and it wasn't that I was unmotivated. I just needed the rest. And so, like I was saying in my meditation this morning, I was just grateful that I was able to have this rest for a minute, for a moment, which was a 2-year moment for me. And so I'm grateful for that. And so now, I'm back working like crazy. And things are good. I'm back to my I'm not back to working like I did, but I am working a lot. But again, it's stuff that I really enjoy. And so, just getting rid of, just like releasing a lot of, toxicity and all the things that, we go through in life, the ebbs and flows. And so I'm just grateful to be in a place where I'm literally really at peace in life. And so that's what I wish for you to have, is peace. I wish for everyone who's listening to me. Thank you, Booker. I appreciate you. I wish for everybody who is here listening to have peace, because it's a beautiful place to be. And once you have peace, you don't want anything that is the opposite of that. And so I'm very careful of the people that I surround myself with. I'm very careful of the gossip or just, the talk that I engage with. I'm very careful because I don't have time. I don't have time to engage in that anyway. But the things that I do, I make sure that I hope that there's some type of integrity in it. We have fun on these podcasts and things like that. We talk shit, but for the most part in real life, I try to make sure that I'm always I'm insulating myself from all that. I was talking to my cousin last night and I was telling her how I had apologized to my ex. And she was like, yeah, you did, but I don't know why you did that. And I said, because I'm not perfect. She was like, yeah, but he blah, 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 blah. And I was like, but I still, like, I'm not perfect. And here's the thing. Even though I didn't do like stuff on the same level, I'm not perfect. And the apology that I did, it wasn't for him. It was for me. Because I like to live like within a certain amount of integrity. Right. And the apology happened like, a long time ago that I was just like, I'm not 100%. I'm not perfect. But my thing is, I like to have integrity. I like to live in integrity. And so for me, that was a release for me. It doesn't matter. It's not about pride, who shot John or anything like that. But I can walk freely in who I am and do what I need to do and operate at my highest, because how do I pour into other people if I have any type of negativity surrounding me? And so any type of negativity that anybody else has, like, it just bounces off because I'm making sure that I up level and then I'm being the best version of myself. So, that's what it is, and so I just, I encourage you to do the same. If there's somebody that you have not settled anything with, or if there's something that's keeping you, because those could be anchors to tie you down, and you really want to live your life elevated, and you want to live, in a high vibrational frequency at all times. If there's anything, regardless if they hurt you, if they did something to you or whatever, regardless, release it, apologize for your part in it, and move on. Peace is the best place you can be in life. I'm trying to tell you. So when I wake up and I see these deer outside and I see that country club or the golf course, there's a country club partially, but when I see the golf course and I see the little not river, what is it? A little stream in my backyard, that's peace. That's peace. So anybody that comes in my life, and I'm talking about anybody, whatever relationship, I'm talking about man, woman, whatever, they have to add to the peace. That's a requirement. Can't add no drama. Y'all know what I'm talking about? So, let me ask you a question. Yes, Wadia. Yes. It has nothing to do with that other person. It has everything to do with me. That was a release. So, did anybody watch the State of the Union last night? I didn't watch it. I was actually teaching a class. I have the B1 real estate mastery training. And I was actually teaching that. And so I didn't, I don't know. My B1 real estate mastery comes on is every other week. And I'm showing people how to be real estate developers. Oh, you got it. JP Jahari, you back. I bet. All right. So the B1 real estate mastery training, I teach individuals all over the country how to become real estate investors. And I accidentally, y'all, okay, I got to check. Y'all, I have 10,000 people in my... I have 10,000 people in my CRM, and I accidentally sent an email to all 10,000 people, and it was only supposed to be for like 60 people that are in my training. And so people were trying to get into my class last night that didn't belong there because I sent the link out to everybody. Anyway, but I didn't see the State of the Union, but so we have this whole idea, this whole woke thing, right? And so Jahari sent me this video of your boy last night in the State of the Union. Look, check this out here.
Getting wokeness out of our schools and out of our military, and it's already out, and it's out of our society. We don't want it. Wokeness is trouble. Wokeness is bad. It's gone. It's gone. And we feel so much better for it, don't we? Don't we feel better? Service members won't be activists and ideologues. They will be fighters and warriors. They will fight for our country. And Pete, congratulations, Secretary of Defense. He's not big into the woke movement, I can tell you. I know him well. I am pleased to report that in January, the U.S. Army had its single best recruiting month in 15 years, and that all armed services are having among the best recruiting results ever in the history of our services. What a difference. And you know, it was just a few months ago where the results were exactly the opposite. We couldn't recruit anywhere. We couldn't recruit. Now we're having the best results just about that we've ever had. What a tremendous turnaround. It's really a beautiful thing to see. People love our country again. It's very simple. They love our country, and they love being in our military again. So it's a great thing, and thank you very much. Great job.
This motherfucker be straight lying. He lying. Y'all, okay, Daddy, I'm sorry I had to cuss. Dad, if you watching, I had to cuss. I'm sorry, because this dumbass be lying like shit. So I did, I went to the AP, and I think he did kicked out AP. He did kicked out all the people who actually fact checked them. He don't allow like all these different news agencies. He only wants the ones who agree with him. So I did fact check it and about the military. And so the fact is, according to the Army data, recruiting numbers have been increasingly steady over the past year, with the highest total coming in August 2024, before the November elections. Army officials closely track recruiting numbers. A significant driver of the recruiting success was the Army's decision to launch the Future Soldiers Prep Course at Fort Jackson, South Carolina in August 2022. That program gives lower performing recruits up to 90 days of academic or fitness instruction to help them meet military standards and move on to basic training. He be making up stuff. Nobody bothers to fact check. Nobody. Yeah, he is such a freaking liar. Like, you can't even just do one thing. Google that shit. GTS. Go on the internet. You can see exactly what is the truth and what ain't the truth. That's one of the easy things. But the thing that got me is this whole idea of woke. Y'all know these motherfuckers then bastardize our word. Woke has been in our community since the 1930s, where we tell each other to stay woke because these motherfuckers is crazy, and they are intentionally out to get us. Let me stop cussing. They are intentionally out to destroy us. And so, listen, we're giving ourselves warning. Hey, stay woke, stay ready, right? They've taken it and they've bastardized it, which really pisses me off. And this is the whole reason why I have the Stay Woke group on Facebook, where it's called Woke now. I'm gonna change it to Stay Woke, but it's where we are really promoting the idea of being wealthy. Woke acronym: wealthy, outstanding, knowledgeable, and empowered. We are taking our word woke back. So when we say stay woke, I want you to stay wealthy. I want you to stay outstanding. I want you to stay knowledgeable, and I want you to stay empowered. Wealthy, meaning you are doing what you can to build wealth. That's the reason why you're on here today. That's the reason why you come and listen to me, because you want tips and tools, and you want to get some understanding, and you might like me a little bit. You might think I'm pretty cool, but the biggest thing I think is you want to get wealth. You want to build wealth. You want to get some tips on how to improve your life. That's the first pillar of being woke. Outstanding, being excellent in all that you do, not half-stepping, not being mediocre, because we know excellence for us as Black people, excellence is only good, and good is only average, and average is poor, mediocre. So you got to stay outstanding just to be good in America. But we always say excellent because that's who we are. Being knowledgeable, again, that's you pouring into yourself. That's you investing the time, the energy, the resources into yourself, into your knowledge, and not only empowering yourself, not only uplifting yourself, but uplifting your community. That's who we are. Okay. So I want you to always to remember to stay woke, regardless of if these motherfuckers didn't bastardize our word and took it to mean something else, and took it to mean LGBT or whatever they said. He lied like he does, because that's what liars do. A friend of mine told me last year, he said, why do you expect a liar to do anything but lie? Because that's what liars do. When you expect a liar to do anything else, you're fooling yourself. So stop expecting liars to do anything other than lie, because then you will get your hopes up high. Then you will be disappointed because they're going to do what they're supposed to do. You know what that is? Lie. That's what Donald Trump does. So we are taking the word woke back. We are being all of that. So I have a woke tip. Today is Woke Wednesday. We gonna be wealthy and empowered. But today I want to give you a little tip, a little woke tip. So let's look at it. Welcome to the Woke Minute. It's your girl Constance Carter. This is where we will drop quick tips to build wealth, seize opportunity, gain knowledge, and empower your legacy. Today's Woke Minute is about opportunity. Opportunity is everywhere, but the key is being ready when it knocks. Did you know that 65% of millionaires have 3 or more incomes? It's because they leverage opportunity. They see what others miss. So here's your woke tip. Next time you're scrolling on social media, ask yourself, is this entertainment or education? And then shift your timeline to opportunities. Follow entrepreneurs, investors, and platforms that show you how to grow your money. Stay ready so you never have to get ready. That's your Woke Minute, because when you stay woke, you stay wealthy. And oh, by the way, I have Stay Woke t-shirts on conversationtees.com. But listen, when I talk about the time that we spend, social media can be a real productivity killer. And I lose a lot of time in social media, but my social media is me just more so optimizing my social media because, I monetize my social media. And I'm going to show you how to do that too in the Grow Your Money Club, how to optimize your social media so that you can monetize. But a lot of us, we spend a lot of time on social media scrolling on the things that give us nothing. And every day you scroll, you're going to see something that disturbs your spirit. And so one of the things that I have the ladies in Net 7 Collective, which is my group of Black women that I coach, is I have them read this book called Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. Now, Malcolm Gladwell is one of my favorite authors, and this is one of my favorite books, Outliers. And the reason why I have them read this book for 2 reasons. Number one, the women who work with me are outliers, are unicorns. They're women who, are just operate at a different level. In fact, I was talking to Jahari, who's in the back yesterday, and she was just like, man, this is so amazing. Like Net 7 Collective is so dope because we had a call on Monday. We do so we have our regular call on Wednesdays, and then we do a what did I call it? What do I call it, Jahari? It's called study hall. We do a study hall where we're actually in action, doing the stuff that I teach. So we have a teaching day, and then we have an in action day, which is study hall. So anyway, but one of the things that I teach the ladies inside Net 7 Collective is the time. The reason why the Outliers book was such a great book is because he talks about 10,000 hours, which I thought was a brilliant concept, right? 10,000 hours get you to a place of perfection. So if you do something 10,000 hours, you're going to be perfect at it. What are you spending your 10,000 hours on? Are you spending your 10,000 hours on social media, scrolling? Because that's what a lot of people are doing. A good percentage of people are spending most of their days on social media, scrolling on things that are not improving them in any type of way. But what if you took that same 10,000 hours that you do a year and you put it into something that was going to improve your life in some way? And so that's why I appreciate you guys being here, because again, obviously you're here because you want to learn something. And I'm always here. A lot of times I'll talk about ways that we can improve our lives, or I'll talk about current topics. But at the end of the day, I'm always going to try to provide you some type of solution to better position you to improve your life. And so that's what so you being here is productivity, is you being productive. Absolutely. But I want to make sure that you are in some way improving your life every day. So be intentional about the 10,000 hours that you spend every year. What are you spending that 10,000 hours on? And how do you get to a place of perfection? Okay. I want you to think about that. All right. So listen, y'all, I'm going to talk about your business. And a lot of you have really, really great ideas. What if I told you that you're sitting on $1 million idea right now, but you letting it go to waste? I don't know if you know, but the graveyard, they said that is the wealthiest place on earth. Why? It's the wealthiest place on earth because a lot of ideas are buried there. Million, billion, $1 trillion ideas that you sat on for your whole life and you never did anything with it. You have a skill, a passion, that thing that you do that comes easy to you, that you do better than anybody else. People will pay handsomely for it. Me sitting here talking to you about the things that I know. I know how to write a book. Guess what? Wrote a book. I sell books. You know what I'm saying? So, like all the things that I do, I share them and I actually make money while I sleep from the things that I know how to do. Think about, look at that book right there. I know how to create a living trust. I was sitting here on the podcast talking to you guys a few weeks ago about, I just updated my living trust. I use Chat GPT, blah, blah, blah. Right. And so I was sitting home one Saturday and I was like, you know what? I can actually write an ebook, a quick ebook, and show people how to make their own living trust because they cost thousands of dollars. And I made an ebook that I sell for $20 that will help you to make a living trust, make your own living trust, what you need, which will then it also shows you how to process them in your own state. It tells you exactly the prompts that you need to create a viable living, like all of that right here. Because I know how to do it, because I've had one, because I paid thousands of dollars for one and I was updating mine. And I was like, look, let me just do an ebook and show everybody else how to do it for $20. That's a business. I monetize that. People buy these books every day. It's something like that you could do. Catalyst Real Estate Professionals. That's my business. I sell real estate. But the thing about it is I was selling real estate as an independent real estate agent. I started a business because I thought higher of where I was. And I wanted to help other agents to be able to increase their cash flow. I introduced new opportunities. There were people that work with me, top producers. When I first started in real estate, there's a top producer, Kathy Jackson. I loved her. She passed away a few years ago. Rest in peace, Kathy. She's an older she's a Hispanic woman, white passing. But she, when I first started in my real estate business, she was one of the top producers at Prudential. And I remember going into her office and saying, hey, I went to all the top producers' offices and say, what did you do to become a top producer? Then she came and worked for me years later, maybe 10 years later. And she's a top producer at Prudential and Keller Williams and Coldwell Banker. This lady said, I made more money working for you than I ever made in any other business in life. Because I provided, of course, motivation, but I provided other opportunities. So what do you do? And that's something that came easy to me as a business owner, to be able to pour into my agents to help them to be able to generate more money, more revenue, more streams of income. Because I don't believe in having one stream of income. Okay. So what is that thing that comes easy to you that perhaps you can monetize? A lot of you are waiting for perfection. You're waiting for it to be perfection. You're waiting for the perfect time to start a business. Let me tell you, the perfect time is never any time. It's always now is the right time. If I would have waited until I became perfect, I would never be talking to y'all. Because I'm telling you, when I first started doing videos, my videos, they weren't ratchet, but like I was kind of boring. Not only was I kind of boring, but I was chewing gum and people be like, girl, you chewing that gum, and my stuff wasn't perfect and whatever. And it's still not perfect. And if I waited for me to get to a moment of perfection, then it would have never been done. There was a gentleman that came to me a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. He's a Hollywood producer. He produces some of the shows that you have seen. And he's like, yo, I want to start a podcast. What should I do? Like, why are you asking me? You got access to everything. You Hollywood. And so one of the things I told him is I see what you're doing is you're waiting on it to be perfect because you know that in Hollywood, you have to have certain aesthetics and you have to have this big production. Dude, you have a lot to offer. Get on here. My phone blowing up. Get on here and just start talking and people will listen. Right? So if you are waiting for perfection, you are waiting too long. And I want to encourage you today that if you have an idea, the time to start when? The time to start is now. Okay? So I just want to break down today what you already know. And I want to help you to really look at turning it into a profitable business. And listen, if you're serious about making this happen, I'm actually hosting a 2-day workshop, like an immersive workshop where I'm helping you to bring your idea to life on March 15th and 16th. I'm going to personally, so we're going to talk about it today, but to implement and execute, to go from ideation to manifestation to monetization, I'm going to do that on the 15th and 16th, like where it's going to be immersive, right? So I'm personally invested in helping you to bring your idea to life. But today we're going to talk about it. Okay. So let me ask you a question. For you, what's stopping you? What's stopping you, Angel? What's stopping you all today? Because I know you all have business ideas. What is stopping you today from starting your business? I want you to put it in the comments. Let me go over here to Instagram, see what they doing. Y'all on Instagram, listen. I can't come over here on the screen a lot. So if you guys are on Instagram, go over to my YouTube page. It's in my stories. Go over to my YouTube page because I want to get you engaged in the conversation. I want to see your comments because I can't put them up here. But what's stopping you? Scared. Put Sophia's up. You scared, Sophia? Guess what? Scared money don't make money. Top to Bugatti says Black folks are some of the most creative people on the planet. Linda said fear, not enough money. Did you know you could start a business with no money? This right here, procrastination, fear. Who else? What else? Give me some more. Procrastination. Lovely JR said knowledge. How? That's why I'm glad you signed up for the Bring Your Idea to Life. So Lovely JR is going to be there. Lack of knowledge. Yeah. Sunshine is a business owner. And she said, what? I was so, girl, you need to do your testimony. I need to interview you, girl. Sunshine said, I started with $598. And now I think she said she had a spa. Put what you do up there. Go find her comment and put it up there. What she actually does, what business she does. Scroll up. She started this business with 500 and y'all. You are an inspiration, Sunshine. Angel said, I'm 37 with no assets. You don't need a whole lot of money. Chelsea says, I don't have a business to start. You have an idea. I know you have something. I know you thought of something. Yo, listen. I thought of Calendly before Calendly thought of Calendly. Because I hated making appointments or the style sheet and all that. That was in my mind. Because I hated calling the hairdresser to make hair appointments. And I was like, if there was just an online appointment, that was my idea. My brilliance. It stayed in my head too. Somebody's making millions of dollars because they actually executed on that. So look at, she started with $598. She started Victory Village Wellness Center, Laser Lipo, Natural Weight Loss, M-Sculpt, Herbalist, and they are certified what? Wellness practitioners. And she started this business with $598. Yo. So when you say that you don't have the money, yeah. Let me ask you another question. If money wasn't an issue, what business would you start today? If money wasn't an issue, let me see if anybody on Instagram. Y'all on Instagram, come over to YouTube, talk to us. What y'all say over here? Procrastination on highly favored on Instagram said procrastination. Terry, that's you. Come over here on YouTube and get with us because I want to put your comment on the screen. Okay. So if money wasn't an option, what would you be doing? I'm not going to move on until you tell me. So somebody tell me, if money wasn't an option, what would you be doing? Come on, tell me. If money wasn't an option, what would you be doing? Just one person tell me something. If money wasn't an option. Precious Jewel said a podcast on sports and world topics. That takes absolutely no money. None whatsoever. What's the one you've been talking about since 1993? Nobody gonna steal your idea because if God gave it to you, and that's another thing. People scared to share. And again, I don't tell people what I'm getting ready to do. I show them what I've already done. Because if God gave me a vision, I just do it. I'm the biggest executor. I might not be the best ideation person, but I can execute the shit out some shit. So the ideas that I've had, the things that I've done, the first book that I wrote, which ended up being a bestseller, by the way, Keeping Score. It looks a little bit different now. Keeping Score Somebody said, hey, you should write a book. And I was like, okay, never had the desire to write a book, but I did because somebody told me to. And it became a bestseller and it helped thousands and thousands and thousands of people with their credit. What is that you could do? I also have the credit repair masterclass inside the Grow Your Money Club. That is, I know credit. I created a training. It makes me money. You see how easy that is? I know credit. I created a training. It makes me money, even when I'm sleeping. Yeah. So these are it doesn't have to be rocket science, y'all. That's what I need you to understand. Okay, Khalid said trading stock options. Okay. What else? Estate planning guide. I love that. James said he's researching his idea. Lovely JR said a bookstore, library, data entry transcription. You can do that online, at least the data entry transcription. You need to come to the 2-day workshop. A Christian gift basket business. Now I make cards and would add that too. Okay. I love all of that. So what you have to ask yourself when you are looking at your business, entertainment center for families, that's good. What you have to really ask yourself is, what is there a need for? And how can I solve it? What is the problem? Where is there a gap? And what can I do to fill that gap? Why is what you have what somebody needs? I want you to think about that. And you can put it in the comments, but I want you to think about it and I want you to write that down. Okay? Stop waiting for the right time because it'll never be the right time. But you also have to think about what defines success for you. Because a lot of people are scared because they're afraid to fail. Okay? But what if you were on a cliff and you decide to jump? But you were, I don't want to jump because I might fall. But what if you grew wings and you flew? So what if you were successful? But then some people are afraid of success. And what happens if you succeed? What kind of time will that take away from your family? What kind of life will that give you? Right? So a lot of people are scared that, oh, what if I'm super successful? Now that's going to take a lot out of me. I've heard people say that too. So people have fear of failure. They also have fear of success. And so you have to understand, what is that lie that you've told yourself? What's been holding you back? And you need to tell yourself the truth about what it is that you actually can do. If you had to start a business with $100, think about that. Do you really see yourself as an entrepreneur? Most people don't. You only are how you see yourself. The furthest you will go is how you see yourself. When I was 7 years old in Sunday school, my auntie, Rosie Mae Jenkins, I love my auntie, Rosie Mae Jenkins. She's still living. She basically told me that God loved me the same that he loved everybody else. He didn't love me any more. He didn't love me any less. But what it meant is I could do, be, or have anything that I wanted. And I looked up at her and I said, even the president of the United States? And she said, even the president of the United States. So I saw myself bigger than that little black girl. See, when I was 4, I asked my mama, and I talked about this in my TED Talk. When I was 4, I asked my mom to buy me a Baby Alive doll. And I was asking her, who knows for how long, because you don't have a concept of time when you're little, right? She finally bought me that Baby Alive doll. And when she presented it to me, it was black. And what I wanted was white. And somehow at that 4-year-old age, I thought my worth was lower. I thought that doll was ugly. It wasn't as good as, right? Because these are the things that have been put inside of our brains. We're not as good as. But at 7 years old, my auntie broke that curse for me. And she said, you could be, do, or have anything you want to because God loves you the same that he loves the president of the United States. It was a wrap after that. I was, of course, a minority in my school, in elementary school. It was mostly Hispanic, Asian, and white. Many of us. And I remember being in 4th grade and getting straight A's. And my little white friend, Heidi, she was like, how did you get better grades than me? Yeah, I got straight A's. No, I'm just kidding. But, it was because my auntie poured that into me and told me that I could do whatever they did. When I was in high school and I saw all the kids, all my black friends, we was on a bus. But I saw my white friends and my Filipino friends with cars. I was like, shit, I want me a car too. Y'all ain't gonna have no car and I'm gonna have a car. I'm not gonna have a car. It was like that, right? I knew that I was equally and I could have whatever they had if I put my mind to it. So what are those limitations that you're putting on yourself that have stopped you from reaching your dreams? Real quick, I gotta take a quick break because I gotta introduce you guys to the Grow Your Money Club, but this is part of Jahari's telling me in the back I gotta take a break. So have you joined the Grow Your Money Club yet? If not, why not? The Grow Your Money Club is a comprehensive program designed to take you through the complete wealth building journey. We don't just offer random courses, we guide you along a clear path, starting with fixing your credit and becoming a certified credit expert, to building your business, increasing your cash flow, diversifying your portfolio, and ultimately letting your money work for you. With over 30 trainings designed to increase your net worth, you get to either purchase the trainings individually or go through the 12-month roadmap. Here are just a few of the courses. From campus to cash flows, this is teaching your children to become real estate investors. The wealth map training shows you how to eliminate your debt, increase your credit, and diversify your revenue streams. You can learn to write your book using ChatGPT. Learn how to build your online community. What about 8 ways to make money using AI? Oh, and here's 7 online revenue streams to fund your $1 million dream. How about learning how to purchase tax deeds or land banks? What about getting started in government contracting? If you're a rookie, the Real Estate for Rookies training has everything you need. The Business Blueprint training will help you build your business foundation, get business credit, get business funding, and learn how to pay yourself so that you can scale your business to the next level. Or perhaps you want to create jaw-dropping video content using CapCut, Midjourney, and ChatGPT. There are so many trainings and master classes within the Grow Your Money Club, and I also drop 1 new training per month. You do not want to miss out on this opportunity to invest in yourself, because guess what? You are your biggest commodity. You are your biggest investment. Join the Grow Your Money Club today. Y'all, I was on tech support yesterday because people were trying to sign up for the Grow Your Money Club yesterday. And the mobile is still doing the same stuff. So they haven't fixed it yet, but you actually can sign up for the Grow Your Money Club on desktop. So if you're not on, let me see, if I change this to desktop, because you know how you could change your thing to desktop. Is it okay? Let's see. If I change it to desktop, is it gonna allow me to do it? Request desktop site. Let's see. Nope, still the same thing. It's crazy. So go to growyourmoney.club from a desktop, sign up. I just moved it to another platform, so I'm still trying to figure out this platform, but tech support had to escalate it yesterday. But the whole point of the Grow Your Money Club, the reason why I did it is trainings that I have to get you from being an employee to an investor. Yesterday, I talked about the cash flow quadrant. Let me pull that up. There's a cash flow quadrant. Robert Kiyosaki came up with it, but this is how most people are. And so this is the reason why the Grow Your Money Club is so important, is because most of us have jobs, but we trade our time for money. Then if we become self-employed, that could be an independent contractor, that could be an independent real estate agent, that could be an independent attorney, that could be an independent doctor. You are self-employed. You can make as much money as you want to, but you're still trading your time for money. Okay. Then you go to a business owner. And again, this is the flow that I teach you to go into in the Grow Your Money Club. A business owner, you have other people working for you, or you create a system that you have other things working for you, right? So you might have a training, you might have something that works for you that creates money for you. So you don't have to work. Other people or other things or other processes are turning their time into money for you. And ultimately, you want to become an investor. That's where your money makes money. And that's the idea of the Grow Your Money Club. That's the reason why I put it together, is to take you from being that employee to the business owner. So go to growyourmoney.club from a desktop, obviously, because this goddamn thing, it still ain't working on the mobile. But go to growyourmoney.club and sign up and start taking advantage of all of these trainings and get your ish together. Okay. So Young have 210 said, what's stopping me from my business is finding the right material and money for copywriting. Copywriting, trademarking, it's like $265. If you're copywriting, you can do a poor man's copyright, where you send your thing in the mail, right? And then you have it stamped and it's copywritten. So there's a lot of myths out there about starting a business. Okay. So let's go through some myths. You need a lot of money to start a business. You don't. That's what some of you said in the comments. There's so many ways to launch with no money. Another myth is that you got to quit your job first. No, you start part-time. So you go 9 to 5 over there, and then you go 5 to 9 at home where you're working on your business. Again, we have so much time that we are spending on social media, on things that don't give us any value. And so let's take that back. Let's look at the time that we spend during the day, the things that we're doing non-productive, and let's turn that into productivity. So that could be learning, right? Everything is out there. Everything is on Google. You can get guided coaching, guided mentorship, guided training, or you can try to figure out some things yourself. The point is there's information out there. Some people need that mentorship. Some people need that accountability from somebody who's going to make them do some shit. And even inside last night when I was in the B1 real estate mastery training, I was like, all right, because I showed them like all of the theory and the education, and they know about living trusts, and they know how to set up their joint venture partnerships. They know about 1031 exchanges. They know how to research deal. They know all the theory. I'm like, okay, it's execution time. And they're like, but I'm scared. No. But sometimes like they want to do it, but then they have the trepidation. Most of us, same thing. We want to do it, but we have the trepidation. But when you have a coach that's there to guide you, direct you, somebody that's been there. So for me, real estate, owned commercial properties, rental properties, Airbnbs, like you got me. I've owned a mortgage company. I'm gonna make sure there's a gentleman, and I'm not licensed in Georgia, right? But there's a gentleman in my group in Georgia, I believe. And he's an older gentleman. And he's like, yeah, I want to get some loans. I was like, I know I'm not licensed in your state, but you come to me first, because I know that you being an older gentleman, these people going to see you coming, and they may take advantage of you. So I want to make sure that you're good and that you're getting the best deal possible. You need somebody that's going to help you along the way if you don't know. Otherwise, with everything they're doing with all these deregulations and CFPB being cut, they can get you. So having that person that is there that's going to be able to help you along the way is really important. Another myth is that you need a perfect idea. Yo, I've had how many oh, you know what? Let me see. Oh, shoot. Let me make sure. I've had so many iterations of, let me see if I know I have it in here. But when I first wrote this book, y'all, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Oh. Let me see. I know it's up here. I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Is this it? Yes. Yo, okay. Perfect idea. Non-perfect idea. So I wish I had. Do I have the new keeping score? The new? I have all these old ones, so I didn't order like the new one, I don't think. But when I first wrote the first keeping score, y'all, this is what it looked like. I was so embarrassed. So what I did is, when I wrote the first book, I was like, yeah, I'll write a book. And I didn't know what I was doing, right? So I'm just self-published. I wrote my first book, and when it came in the mail, it was so ugly. But what I did is I had made an announcement before I actually seen what this thing looked like, right? And it was so ugly. That's what it looked like. It wasn't perfect. But still, people, the information was still invaluable. I had, before I had like really went in there and addressed grammatical error. I had grammatical errors, and I was selling it because I had said before I released it, I should have gotten the author's copy, looked over, made sure it was cool. And I was so excited that I released a new book. I was telling everybody, I released a new book before I even got a copy. So this is what this shit looked like. And this was like the third iteration. And then I have the fourth iteration of the book now, right? So I've updated it. It has new laws, all that stuff. And I don't have it up here. But if you're waiting for perfection, that wasn't perfect. It was actually kind of ugly, right? Yeah, but I've improved. So stop waiting for stuff to be perfect. Get the information out there. Beta now, better later. Okay? So be like Nike and just do the damn thing. And you'll figure it out along the way. But if you're waiting for perfection, that's never going to happen. Okay? The other thing is people think I don't have an audience. I don't have a huge audience. People don't listen to me. You could have 1 million followers and nobody support and buy your product or your service. You can have a small audience and be able to do millions. So you don't have to worry about whether you have a big audience. What happens is most people never start because they overcomplicate things. Okay? Stop overcomplicating things. In my training, the Bring Your Idea to Life workshop, I'm going to show you how to just simplify and then grow. Simplify and grow. Okay? So let's look at, well, let me just show you some numbers about Black-owned businesses, because most of us Black, right? There are, as of 2021, 161,031 Black-owned employers in the U.S. They count for 2.8% of all employer firms. Okay. About 28% of Black-owned businesses operate in the healthcare. This is what we're doing. This is what a lot of Black-owned businesses are doing. Social assistance sector, including services like physicians' offices, hospitals, and family service centers. That's interesting. From 2017 to 2021, the number of Black-owned employer businesses increased by 29.9%, almost 30%, significantly outpacing the 3.6% growth of all U.S. businesses during that same period. You hear what I'm saying? From 2017 to 2021, we outpaced everyone. So Black people, give yourself a round of applause. And even if you don't have a business, give the other Black-owned businesses a round of applause for this huge feat. A significant majority of Black-owned employer businesses have fewer than 20 employees, with about 75% having fewer than 5. These businesses employ over 1.4 million people and generated approximately $206 billion in revenue. But check this out. Most of the Black businesses are in, Florida has the largest number of Black-owned businesses. So y'all over in Florida, y'all got 461,149 Black-owned businesses. That's great. But here's where I'm at in DC, y'all. They have the highest percentage per capita, with 35% of all businesses here being Black-owned. Yo, I remember when I went to my girlfriend took me to the Chamber of Commerce in DC, right? It was so great because I was like, is this the Black? It was like 75% Black. I was like, is this the Black chamber? They were like, no, this is a chamber. And basically the person I was with, he was just like, look, if you can't make it here, you can't make it anywhere because there's too much opportunity. And then they were talking about all of these funds set aside for Black-owned businesses that you just don't see everywhere. But there's just tons of opportunity. So I got to see that part firsthand. That was great. And of course, in 2021, 39% of all Black-owned businesses were owned by women, reflecting a 4% point increase since 2008. So we're doing it. So when people tell you that we're all impoverished, remember, if you were here last week, I think when I was talking to Tiara, I was living in an affluent neighborhood, right? And everybody over there, they own businesses and, some of them had yachts and shit. And so when I came over there, when I first moved there, the neighbor across the street, and he was weird anyway, but he was like, how did you pull yourself up by your bootstraps to get over here, right? And then my next door neighbor, who I happen to have a house twice the size of hers. My house was twice the size of hers. But the cold thing about it is her ass had rented her house. She moved out. She rented to a Black family. Then she calls me. She says, hey, Constance, I want to, I want these people to buy the house, but I don't think that they could qualify. She just made this assumption. So she had a meeting with them that night. She called me the next day. I was like, how'd it go? And she's like, I don't know. They were upset because they said I assumed that they didn't have the money and I didn't know who their village was and I didn't know their circle. And then I was like, is this Black Lives Matter thing? And then she said, this is the part that she said. She said, I told them the same kitchen you were in, I was in. The same welfare line you were in, I was in. I said that to say, that is their assumption of you, that we're all impoverished, that were all in a welfare line or a soup kitchen. Yeah. And so I was like, wait, you told these people that? And she was like, yeah. And was thought that she said something good. And I said, how do you know that they were from welfare or they were in a soup kitchen line? She's like, huh? It was like the light bulb had finally came on. Like she thought. I was like, do you think all Black people are on welfare and from soup kitchens? She was like, what? Oh my God. She apologized profusely. What do you think of me? And oh, by the way, my house is twice the size of yours, but I mean, that's beside the point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think I didn't come from welfare? But that's the assumption, is what I'm telling you. But what I'm saying to you all is, especially for the ones who may be struggling a bit, there is something to aspire to, because we're not all on welfare, in soup kitchen lines, in poverty, on drugs. There are a lot of Black people that are doing some great things. And you too can do these great things as well. It is possible. Okay? That's the point in what I'm saying. Okay? So here's a few things you need to do. You need to identify the problem that you're solving. What's the problem that you're solving? The most successful businesses, they solve real problems. So what do people struggle with that you can help with? Think about that. What's the problem that you're solving? Number 2, pick a business model that fits your skill or your lifestyle. Is this going to be a service-based business? Is it going to be a digital business? Is it going to be e-commerce? Oh, by the way, let me tell you. Wait. I'm really excited. I got this shirt on today. Okay. So, Net 7 Collective, right? So, and maybe she's listening. Hopefully she's listening. One of the ladies in Net 7 Collective, her name is Vanessa. She was in cohort 2. And then, I always check in with the ladies. Hey, how's it going? What are you doing? Where you at in action? And she was like, actually, I'm not. And I was like, why? She's like, I don't know. I said, would you like to be in cohort 4? And she was like, okay. And she was like, I'm never going to squander the opportunity again. Right. So she was one of those people who always kept her camera off, who was always like really scared. And she was like, I'm in this room with all of these great, brilliant women. And she was intimidated, I guess. But she probably had more money in the bank than most of them, because what she had did is, and she's also in the book, but what she had did is she had went from bankruptcy to she had like 6 figures sitting in the bank. And, but she was just too scared to execute. And so last week, a couple weeks ago, I had, I did a thing on branding, and I gave them my logo guy. And so she went and got a t-shirt line, and she has like some products that she's selling online. And I have her t-shirt on. It's so cool. And it said, my favorite F word is free. And she's selling them on her website. It's called shopwithnessa.com. Shop with Nessa. My favorite F word is free. But one of the things she said last week when we talked to her, she was like, first of all, this is a totally different woman than I met. And she was just appreciative that I've given her another opportunity to be a part of the program. And she was like, I'm going to do everything you said. So she's doing videos, which she didn't even want to be on camera. She was like, I did a YouTube video last week, Constance, and it's horrible, but you just told me to do it and I did it. And then she was like, I was afraid to, sell my shirts online on social media, because I thought, people were going to judge me. I had fear of judgment. But guess what? Old Navy sells stuff every day. Y'all, trying to tell you. So you can do e-commerce, drop shipping, like whatever you want to do. There is something for you. The market is not saturated. Okay. So the thing you have to do is you have to make sure you set up your business the right way. Make sure that you have an entity. In the Grow Your Money Club, I show you how to set up your entity in the business blueprint training. Okay. So you're going to have an LLC, a sole proprietorship. You got to have an EIN. I'm going to break down all those basics. In the Grow Your Money Club, I show you how to get funding immediately if you have those set up. So you set up your entity and then turn around within a week and you can get it funded. I show you how to do that. Okay. You don't need a big budget to get a bunch of customers, just the right strategy. You have to have a strategy. You could have the best pork chop on the south side of Washington, Seattle, but if nobody knows about it, it's not going to do anything. So you got to have the right marketing strategy. And then you have to have systems in place to scale and grow. One of the things that I did not do correctly is I bootstrapped. I didn't use other people's money initially because I didn't want the debt. I was like, I could just do everything on my own. But as soon as I got the funding, that's when my business scaled. So that's the reason why you use OPM, other people's money. Okay. So y'all, again, I'm covering all of this in the Bring Your Idea to Life workshop on March 15th and 16th. If you've been sitting on an idea, struggling to grow your business, this is your chance to really get hands-on guidance. So if you've not signed up, do it. It is a $997 training, two-day immersive training with me. And I got it 60% off. So you can actually get it for $397. To invest $397 to have a sustainable business. That's you. Do you know how much? Let me tell you something. I've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars. My coach was $50,000. I've invested hundreds. I had other coaching for $30,000. I've had other coaching for $5,000. Like $397 for me to be able to give you what you need to start your business is nothing. Okay. So I'm not afraid because I know that I'm my biggest commodity. I know that I'm my biggest investment. So I am not afraid at all ever to invest money in myself. You need to do the same and invest in yourself and get off these ideas. I have a dispensary, Holly. I have a dispensary in Stockton, California. Oh, by the way, Sophia, you asked me about it. Did you get a chance to go over there to the dispensary? But that's what you need to do. You need to sign up for the thing. You go to thinkbuildmonetize.com and sign up for this training. Because if you really want to have 2025 different than the rest of the years, you got to do something different. What is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars of doing it myself. But once I got coaching and training, I built the largest Black-owned real estate firm in California because I was a servant leader, because I took training on how to be a servant leader. It was in my heart to be, but I was able to cultivate that. I understand still what my strengths are in order to be that leader for the people who work for me. I'm not a boss. I don't believe in bossing nobody around. I'm a leader. And a leader, you have people that will follow you because you have their best interests at heart. You got to understand all of those dynamics when you're building a business. It's not just about getting production. It's not just about my way or the highway. It's collaboration, it's synergy, it's culture. All of those things are important to creating a sustainable business. It's not just having a product or a service. If you want to scale and you want to get from working in your business and you want to just kind of work on your business, it's the skill, it's the idea, but it's the culture of the business as well. Are you a good leader? That's an important piece of that business. We're going to talk about that too. So make sure you sign up for the Bring Your Idea to Life workshop. Okay. If you're tired of watching other people succeed, why are you waiting on the right time? At what point? Okay. If it's not perfect, start messy. Make sure that if you're underpricing products, you're charging your worth. Okay. You can't, if you try to sell to everybody, there's a rule of marketing. When you sell to everybody, you sell to nobody. So you got to identify who your target is. All of those things are real factors when it comes to, I thought she said I got to take a commercial. Actually, I do got to take a commercial. You're not on your shit. She said she needs my logo guy. Okay, I got you. I'm gonna let you have my logo guy. Let me let you know about the Net 7 Collective too, because that's also something that's really, really hands-on. That is a community of women that some dope in
3 or 4 years. I've been praying for a business coach. I knew that a coach, I read many times that all the most successful people have a coach. Coaches have coaches.
I've learned how to purchase land. I've learned how to do overages in real estate. And I even learned some different things with credit, that I've gotten my credit linked up with my bankruptcy, that I'm almost in my home stretch. Doing everything right now and applying it.
I finished 2 ebooks. If I could do it, anybody can do it. And started a nonprofit.
I've gotten more out of this than I ever anticipated.
Constance has done an amazing job have placed in systems to allow us to understand how to prosper in our businesses.
I'm telling you, I would move heaven and earth not to miss one of these sessions.
So y'all, that was like old. That was cohort 2. I'm on cohort 5. Do you know the amount of successes that I've had since those testimonials? I had one of our ladies on here. She is a lawyer, and she came to me and she said, Constance, I spend money. Like, I live a good life. She's actually on her way to Paris or something right now. And she said, but I'm getting to an age where I'm retired. I'm retiring and I need another revenue stream. And she thought it was going to be real estate. But through the Net 7 Collective, I showed her a way to add another arm into her legal firm, where she now has a whole nother business where she's generating revenue. That's her retirement arm. There's been so many things, y'all. There's been people, we've written books. As you know, we have this book. Somebody said inside the training, we were having a training, and I teach them how to articulate their message to sell their product. And somebody said, we should write a book. And I was like, okay. Kamika said that. One of the ladies inside the program, they said we should write a book. So we wrote a book. Here's a video, a little quick video of the book. Got it?
This book is an inspiring collection of stories from the ladies of the Net 7 Collective who've overcome adversity, broken generational cycles, and built wealth while uplifting their communities. I am so proud to be a part of such a powerful group of women who truly live by the principle, iron sharpens iron.
Yo! So this right here, this is the book. Everybody else has covers like this. I wanted something a little different, but everybody else's cover has their picture on it, but my cover has this. That's so, go to Amazon.com and buy the book. My story, the one I was talking about in the beginning, is in there somewhere. But this is just what, and then, so I don't know if you know the music. That was actually Victoria Monet. I did a little tribute. Her mom is in the book, and her mom was in Net 7 as well. And so I was like, I'm gonna use your baby's song for the book, the little book video. So that was a tribute to one of the ladies inside the Net 7 Collective, and then also Victoria Monet, who's her daughter. But we have some amazing, amazing women in there. So if you are an outlier, if you're one of those people who needs something more, if you're a woman, if you're a Black woman or a Black woman, this is just an amazing group of just dope ass women who we're practicing we are collective economics. We are Black brilliance in motion. I broke records with my real estate company. This group is about to break records. We're about to make history. Watch. God has appointed me for such a time as this to lead these great women into doing some really, really amazing things. And y'all gonna see, we're gonna do some things. We're gonna make some history. It's gonna be great. So if you are a Black woman or a Black woman, go to net7bbs.com, and I would love to schedule a one-on-one with you to see if you'd be a good fit, if something that it'd be, it's mutually beneficial for both of us, right? So for you, what we can do for you and how you can add to that community and how it'll be a win-win for everybody. Everybody's not a good fit. And it's not some elitist thing at all, because to be honest with you, I think we're 4 weeks into this new session, and they didn't even know what each other did until last week. I think it was 4 weeks, 5 weeks in, 3 weeks. I don't know, but they didn't even know, because I don't lead with what you do. I lead with who you are. So that's the first week was like, who are you? And I don't want to hear about your title. I don't want to know about your title, because it doesn't make a difference whether you're a doctor or a lawyer or a scientist or whatever. Harvard PhD, we have all those in there. Then we have me, who's a PhD, a public high school diploma, but there's no hierarchy. And so we're not leading with what you do. We're leading with who you are as Black women. And so it's just a certain, and it's important. I hand select the people because the environment and the energy and the synergy is so important to the entire community that you got to have the right balance. All money ain't good money, and it's an investment, but all money is not good money to me. I have many times in many years walked away from money to keep peace. I'd rather have peace. I don't do drama at all in any area of my life. At all. So the space, even at Catalyst, is reflective of the synergy and the energy that I bring as a leader to make sure that everybody else feels comfortable inside that space. That's important to me. It's important to me. That's like the biggest thing. So that's what the Net 7 Collective is. I do have an Ask Constance, Jahari. And let me, somebody, it was Sophia had to ask Constance right before. Let me upload. I had did a little thing. Where is it at? Right before we started. Oh, there it is. So right before we started, like 3 minutes before we started, y'all. That's why I was like 2 minutes late, because I was making a little graphic real quick. Miss Sophia asked me a question, and she said, what is a good bank to open a business account with? I'm so glad that you in motion, that you in action. She said, listen, I'm got my business. I got my entity. I am opening up account. What is a good account that you can open up a business with? I would say first, try to go to a Black-owned business. Okay, first, go to a Black-owned business. Try to open up an account there. And the thing, credit unions are good too, but I want to do business with people who look like me. And so I'd rather go to I'd rather put my money in a Black-owned business. Now, you can open up a business online anywhere. So most people are going to take your online application. You don't have to actually go into most banks to open up a business. What you will need is your entity document. So if you have an LLC or corporation, you're going to have that. If you have to have an EIN number, they're going to want that. And you got to have a little money to deposit in the bank. You're going to need that as well. So those are the three things that you're going to have. You're going to have your entity, your EIN, and a little money in the bank. Don't have to be a whole lot. It could be $10, maybe $100. Just depends on what the bank's requirements are. But look at the fees, but do business with Black-owned businesses. I would say that. If you are Black and you are under the sound of my voice, and even if you ain't Black, do business with Black-owned businesses. That's it. So again, Grow Your Money Club. Make sure you go to growyourmoney.club. Sign up today. Stop waiting on the sidelines. That's $97 a month. You have tons of training right now. I have about 10 more trainings I got to upload in there, but there's over 30 trainings in there, and I'm adding more. I'm going to add a branding one tomorrow. Oh, Friday, y'all. Friday. Yesterday, I talked about, what did I talk about yesterday, which made me do this training? What was I talking about yesterday? I forgot. But yesterday's podcast reminded me or prompted me to want to do a training for you. So I have a training that's coming up on Friday, a free training for y'all. Yeah. Robinhood for beginners. A lot of you guys want to invest in stock, but you don't know how to use Robinhood. And literally $5 will start you investing. So the same time that you're on here right now, same time you're on here, we're actually going to be doing a training, but you have to sign up to get access. Okay. So go to Robinhood, or go to ConstanceTeachesRobinhood.com. Go to ConstanceTeachesRobinhood.com and sign up so that you can start investing. One of the reasons why the wealth gap is so wide is because when we do invest, we invest in real estate, which is good. 45% of us are own real estate. But we have to diversify our portfolios. That's also an important piece of investing. So starting Robinhood is easy, it's basic. My son used my Robinhood, took my portfolio from $7,000 to $40,000 in 3 months. This was in 2021. It's a very easy app. I'm going to show you the basics. This is for somebody who don't really know Robinhood that well. It's just going to be a basic training, but I want you all to be in action with your investment. So I want to make sure that there's no barriers to you starting your investing. Not only do I invest, but I have a certain amount of money that goes into Robinhood every single week or month. I can't remember, but I have recurring money going in there every month or every week or every other week. I can't remember. It's like $50. I think it's every week, like $50 a week that I have going into my Robinhood, into my investments. Okay. I want you guys to do the same. Stop putting your money in the bank. Yesterday, I showed y'all live. If you took $10,000 and you put it in the bank, 5 years, you're going to make $1.45, I think it was. Oh, here it is right here. You're going to make $1.15 with that $10,000. But if you put it into an account that generated compounded interest of only 5%, and typically your compounded interest is between 7 and 8%, or even the S&P 500, at minimum, you're going to make a couple of $1,000s with that same money. Take your money out the bank and start investing it. Okay? I want you guys to start working smarter, not harder. Stop. Let your money work for you. You having your money in the bank is like as good as me having my money in my safe that I used to have. I told y'all I had a safe. Remember, Elon Musk's dad said we had so much money it wouldn't even fit in the safe. They had a big old safe. My safe was like this, but I had so much money it wouldn't even fit in that little bitty safe. But it's the same thing as having it in the bank. Does absolutely nothing. Makes no interest, no nothing. I don't have no money in the safe now, y'all, and I got guns. So but that's another thing. Black people, y'all need to arm up. Never know. These motherfuckers might get jealous again. History may repeat itself. They already getting riled up by their fierce leader, and they, you know, in the past they never like to see us win. They never like to see us succeed. So just make sure you protect yourself. She said, I got that too. She said, I got my strap. Listen, Mariel, my grandmother had she had 3-bedrooms. She had a pistol under every pillow. Wasn't nobody coming up in the Mariel's house, and don't play no games with her. I got a pistol for your ass. If you want something, I got it for you. I got some heat for your ass. Y'all make sure y'all stay armed up too. Anyway, go to my one of the ladies in that 7. My favorite F word is free. Shopwithnessa.com. I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll talk about some more good shit. Make sure you continue to share this podcast out with everybody, because it's not just for you. It's for everybody. Everybody needs to learn what I'm telling you. Again, every time I come live with y'all, I always try to figure out ways that I can help enhance your life in some way. So there's problems. We have solutions. All we're going to talk about is the solutions here. It's a solution-based program with your girl. All right. So take care and God bless you. Wasn't no more questions, right, Jahari? I'm not looking at the questions, but just want to make sure we didn't have nothing before we got out of here. Nothing? All right, y'all. Let's get out.